Welcome back, everybody, to the LMFL. We are now in playoff season, y'all. We are in the winners quarterfinals here. We got Larlar's New Jersey Jokers. New Jersey Jokers, man. And then we also got Mac's Mississippi Cotton Knockers, man. Seattle versus Lions here. Gonna be a great one. Now, as every intro, normally we're not alone with a part-time commentator, but this time I am alone. And that's okay, because it's going to be a good one today here, y'all. And y'all, this game is actually very, very high stakes, because the winner of this game will be facing RBM's Waco Wackos. And the loser of this game, since it's double elimination, will be facing Black Souls' Memphis Souls Reapers. So it's going to be a good one here, y'all. But it's 1st and 10. Ball. Yes! Incomplete off the back there. Wide open pass. And everybody.
Okay.
Everybody, this game, we were talking to our competitors today, and both of them seem to be very nervous coming into this game. Because, both teams here, Mac is 4-3, and Larlar's also 4-3. Coming into the playoffs here. So it's gonna be very interesting. Jared drops back to pass, throws in the middle, and another incomplete pass to Jameer Gibbs.
What are we doing here?
Little small start here. A little bit of a tough start, but we got plenty of this game left here, y'all. But it's gonna be a good one today. And also, I didn't even introduce myself. I'm your host, Brandon. It's gonna be a good one today here. But it's now 3rd and 10.
Interesting.
Like I said, a very, very high-staked game in the quarterfinals, which you don't really see often. But here in the LMFL, you have a lot of big teams facing each other off in the first round, so it should be pretty good here. But play clock is down to 7 already. Down to 6 and count down. Mac's going to have to get the ball off quick here. And he does. 1 second to go. Jared Goff drops back the pass, throws up the middle, and it is caught by Knight there. And Josh Jobe with the tackle there. But it's forfeit inches. Knowing Mac here, everybody, for those that have been watching the LMFL all season long, Mac is definitely a risk taker. Whether it's forfeit inches, whether it's 4th and 12, on your own 36-yard line, he would go for it, especially this early in the game. And one thing I'm looking forward to this game is a matchup between Seattle's defense and Lions' offense here. But let's see what this play call is here. With a sneak to Jared Goff, and he gets it for the first down.
Actually, a wild word that I didn't just give me that first down to begin with.
you hear Mac there. It's going to be a 1st and 10. Ball at the 38-yard line. But yeah, back to what I was saying with the looking forward to this game. We all know that Detroit's offense with Mac here has been very explosive in the LMFL. He has been scoring high-point games. Jameer Gibbs has been outstanding. St. Brown, Jameis Williams, Sam Laporta. You can go on and on with the list here. But also, you can say the same thing with Larlar's New Jersey Jokers with the Seahawks. His defense has also been very good pertaining to the ball. But play clock is down to 3. He does get the ball off to Jameer Gibbs, and he is tackled for a loss of 2 there by Jobe again. Take it down to 12. We shall see the pace of this game. It's kind of going a little slow. This time around, I'm not really too much expecting of a high-scoring game. I might be expecting some lead switches, but I'm expecting a lot more slower pace because it's the playoffs now. And we shall see what happens here with a double wing set to the right here. Audible call by Jared Goff. Drops back to pass. Throws it to Knight again with wide open space. Gets it down to the territory of the Seahawks here. Best play of the game so far by Max's Cotton Knockers there. Now it's 1st and 10, ball on the 44-yard line. And then also another thing high stake at this game is that you don't want to have too many turnovers, especially in playoff season. As Jared Goff drops back the pass, goes in the middle to Williams, gets a first down. And just like that, ball to 31-yard line. Still like we're seeing a little bit of change of pace here. Yeah, everybody, like I mentioned, the winner of this game will be facing RBM Waco Wackos in the semifinals. And the loser of this game will be facing Black Souls' Memphis Soul Reapers in the losers round 1. So make sure you keep note of that. 1st and 10, ball on the 31-yard line here. Drops back to pass Jared Goff. Goes on the middle to Jahmyr Gibbs for the first down and gets clipped by Joe there. 1st and 10, ball on the 18-yard line. Mac is having some really good pace up here. And Larlar, he's doing a good job trying to contain the backside of the field, but some stuff in the middle of the field is getting open, and it is hard to stop when you do have a lot of your DBs in the back and kind of no one in the middle of the field besides your linebackers, and sometimes the defensive ends covering the middle of the field there. Looked like he was playing a little bit of zone, kind of let the field a little bit open, but that does not mean that it was a bad play by all means, because he did make Mac have to force down the middle. Play clock down again to 5. Looks like we're having a little bit of some play calls here. Can he get it off? Yes, he can. Play action pass. Jared Goff drops way back, goes into his lineman, and then it's 2nd and 10.
That could have been a worse situation.
It could have been a worse situation. Look, it looks like a little bit of miscommunication there between the running back and the quarterback has been bad there, but it is 2nd and 10. And for those that have been watching the LMFL, especially Mac's games, you've been seeing a lot of good screen passes from him. And that time, Larlar was able to stop him. 2nd and 10. Jared Goff drives back to pass once again, throws it, and he gets it off the right again. 1st and goal, right? The tight end number 2 is having a good first drive. 1st and goal, ball on the 4. Double tight ends in the backfield. Get to the Gibbs. Can he get the touchdown? Yes, he does. First points on the board. Max, Mississippi Cotton Knockers, man. Chewed off 4 minutes on the clock. Really good pace. Chewed off a lot of time. And just like that, 6 points. Kick is up, and it is good. Now Max's Lions to 7 to Larlar's 0 there. And now we get to see Larlar's New Jersey Jokers and see what they are capable of to respond to that drive by Mac there. And also in the playoffs too, especially with these teams, is I'm also expecting kind of like what we saw in the first drive, right? A little bit slower pace, a little bit more patience. Try not to turn the ball over because this is a long game to see here. But the kick is returnable. Gets it to Horton. Doesn't get much there. Ball on the 24-yard line. And now we get to see Larlar's Seattle Seahawks here, New Jersey Jokers. And one thing I'm looking forward to this matchup on Seattle's offensive side and the Lions' defensive side is, can Sam Darnold do good against the pass against this Lions secondary? Because the Lions secondary has not been too well this season. But Sam Darnold is going to drop back to pass. Hutchinson after him, and he gets the ball off before he was sacked behind the line. And before I could even talk about the Lions defense, Aiden Hutchinson, one of the best D-ends in the league, and honestly have been doing really good in the LMFL this season. I'm also curious to see how well can the Lions offensive line take care of Sam Darnold with Hutchinson in the backfield right there. Rashid Shaheed in motion. Gives it to Walker. 3rd and 7. And Seattle has, JSN. They got Cooper Kupp. They got Walker. They got Arroyo. They got A.J. Barner. Rashid Shaheed. They got guys. That's Sam Darnold. Right pass! Wow. Almost picked off. If Grants was looking, it could have been picked off and almost for a score there. But 4th and 7 on the 27-yard line. Will we see Larlar go for it, or will we see a punt? Because that's a 3 and out there. Max Lions normally, with the secondary, kind of give up a lot of plays in the LMFL, but did very, very well against his explosive Seattle's offense here on the first drive. Let's see what the play call is here. And Larlar's going to go for it on the 27-yard line. Play clock down to 7. Sam Darnold drops back to pass. He can't find anybody. And it's overthrown to Walker. Turnover on downs. excellent field position for Max's Mississippi Cotton Knockers, man.
Bro, that's
Little
crazy.
risky play call.
That is crazy.
Oh, man.
I didn't see it, but I'm gonna believe you.
Like,
I'll cover
actually,
something else.
That is fucking crazy, man.
I'll believe you because I didn't, but I ain't see it.
And Gibbs is tackled for a loss of 2 there. And this is excellent field position here for Mac. So let's see if he can capitalize. And let's see if Larlar can at least hold him to a field goal here. Or even better, no points at all. Jared Goff drives back the pass to the wide receiver set. Throws up the middle to Tesla for a first down. Tackled by the rookie, Nicky Manuori. First down, ball on the 14-yard line, just like that. And for the people watching, one thing to look forward to this game is turnovers is crucial. We just saw it there because if you get a turnover and the other team gets a great field position, it's going to make it much harder to stop them. But it's 1st and 10, ball on the 14. Larlar is playing with a 1 safety set in the back here. Jared Goff drives back to pass. Throws up the middle. St. Brown, first time we said his name all day, for the touchdown. And the handstand celebration with the helmet. Mac is up now by 2 scores. With the PAT here. Kick is up, and it is good. And just like that, folks, even when you're up by multiple possessions, this game is far from over, especially with it being in the first quarter. We've seen comebacks in LMFL by 2 possessions, 3, and even 4. So there is no way that Larlar is out of this game by all means. That's Rashid Shaheed. Returns it here. Dangerous return man, but Mac does stop him. Ball on the 21-yard line. Now let's see how Larlar's New Jersey Jokers tries to at least put a little bit of momentum here to their squad and try to at least shrink a little bit of Mac squad. Theodore drives by the pass. Great protection up the middle, and it's picked off by Campbell. It's picked off by Campbell, and Cooper Kupp tackles him. Oh no! First play off of the drive.
That's wild.
First play off of the drive, and Campbell gets the pick. And just like that, folks, Mac has the ball once again. Looks like
Are you
looks like he was in, looks like Barner's in double coverage, and Barner almost looks like he's got a hold there.
Oh my god, man!
Barner looked like he was getting held there. No call.
Yeah, that's wild work.
No call there, but 1st and 10. Mississippi Cotton Knockers, man, have a chance to go by 3 possessions, but let's see if Larlar, with as good of a defense as he's got in Witherspoon, Lawrence, Ernest Jones, let's see if he can get a stop here as Jahmyr Gibbs runs into his lineman, gets tackled. 2nd and 7 here. And speaking of Seattle defense, we really get to talk about him. As I mentioned, Witherspoon. You got Lawrence. You got Ernest Jones. You got Job. You got Woolen. You got all these guys in the backfield here. They have a chance to line up and hopefully get a stop here. If they do, that'll be great momentum for the next drive. 1st and 10. I mean, not 1st and 10. 2nd and 7. Ball on the 31-yard line. Jared Goff drops back the pass. Great fake up the middle to Williams, and it gets to the end zone for the touchdown. Mac's team up by 3 scores to start off this first quarter here. Jameis Williams, the stud out of Ohio State, gets the touchdown. And let's see if Mac can officially be up by 3 scores with this PAT here. Kick is up, and it is good. And like I said, y'all, we've seen comebacks in the LMFL, and it's only the first quarter. Only the first quarter. We've seen how some teams get off to a hot start, and sometimes they can slow down later on. But let's see if Mac can keep it up, or let's see if Larlar can put the momentum back in so that he can get back in this game here. Rashid Shaheed in the end zone, returnable kick. Gets it to the right. Not a bad return. Ball on the 28-yard line here. In LMFL, momentum is real. Momentum is definitely real. Once you're up by a lot, you can sometimes keep going. But sometimes you don't want to have these turnovers get the best of you either. So let's see if Larlar might switch up some plays. Let's see what's going to go on here. Gets into Walker and gets immediately tackled. 2nd and 8 here. Once again, we still got plenty of time left in this quarter. A little less than 3 minutes. 3 tight end set here with Schaubert now in. Sam Darnold drops back to pass, throws up the middle, gets it to Arroyo, breaks a tackle, but he does fall backwards. And you hear it there. Now it's 3rd and 5. Quick play call here. 3rd and 5, ball to 32. Sam Darnold draws back to pass, goes in the middle, and it is not caught. It is tipped. It is tipped by A.J. Barner. 4th and 5, ball to 32. Will Larlar go for it, or will he go for a punt? Oh, man, just when you thought that momentum was carrying on the side, that tip pass, but he's going to go for it. 4th and 5. Motion. JSN. Sam Darnold draws back to pass. Gets the ball off, but it's picked off by Reed Jr. It gets tackled there. Turnover on downs. Now it's 1st and 10. Ball to 29-yard line, going back from Max's Mississippi Cotton Knockers, man. Still plenty of time in this first quarter. But Max defense has been prevailing a lot here with these turnovers. It looks like almost another debatable call, but we keep going. 1st and 10. Gets it to Jameer Gibbs, wide open up the middle. Can he get the touchdown? No, he can't. It's a fumble on the ground. Who's going to pick it up? The Lions did it. The Lions. No. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Actually, no, I was wrong. Seattle gets it. Seattle gets the ball. What a change of shift by Larlar's team. That's exactly what he needed. 1st and 10, ball to 8. Gives it to Walker. Great space up the middle. And y'all, I thought Max Lyons got the ball there for a second. He had more players there, but Larlar was able to get it up with Job. He's going no huddle here. He's going quick. Oh, great play action. Gets it to Barner. Doesn't drop the ball this time. Gets 1st and 10. Ball to 34. And just like that, you already see the momentum shift. You already see the urgency that Larlar's saying. He's like, I got to go. You know it's first quarter. If you got the momentum going off of that turnover, you got to go. But let's see if Mac can stop it here. Gets it to Walker. Jukes Campbell. Oh, but JSN was right there. Was right there to dive on it. Oh, it could have been bad. Oh, back-to-back drive with fumble. 2nd and 4. That fumble actually gave him 6 yards. Sam Darnold drops back to pass. Goes in the middle to A.J. Barner again. Jukes one guy, and he's down. Almost another fumble. But he does hold on to the ball. 1st and 10 now. For the first time all game, we've seen Larlar now in Max territory here. With a no huddle call. I'm liking this urgency from Larlar's team here. Kenneth Walker's looking pretty tired. Let's see what the play call is here. Sam Darnold draws back the pass. Hutchinson obliterates the offensive lineman and gets to Darnold there.
It happened
2nd
again.
and 25. And we were talking about this earlier in the game. Can Seattle's offensive line take note against the Lions' defensive line? But it's a screen pass here to Walker. Can he get enough space to the outside? He does. But he gets it to 3rd and 11 here.
Stupid, man.
And in the first quarter here, Mac 21, Larlar 0 here, but a lot of momentum here going on up. 3rd and 11 here. Let's see what's going to go on with this play call here. Larlar's doing very well this drive. Charbonnet in motion. First time we said his name all day. Sam Darnold drops back to pass. Another lineman falls, but Cooper Kupp gets it 4th and inches here. Now, if you're Larlar, do we see a field goal or do we see an aggressive push here? With the momentum he's got, we'll see if he might go for it here, and he will. And we see all Lions players up in the box. It is 4th and inches. Audible call. Let's see what the play call is going to be here. He doesn't give it to Charbonnet. He rolls to his right, and it's passed to the fullback. The fullback catches the ball. What a great fake by Larlar there. 1st and 10 in the red zone. 1st and 10. We see Mac's defense here. None of the safeties are in the end zone. All of them are pressed up in the box here. Sandaro draws back the pass. Goes up the middle to JSN. 2nd and 6, ball to 16. Keep in mind, this drive started at the 8-yard line. The 8-yard line in the backfield there. Sandaro draws back the pass. Gets it off to Walker. Great block up front. No, it's not. Aaron Arnold for the tackle there. 3rd and 5, ball to 15. What the play call is going to be here. Calls an audible. Drops back the pass. Throws it to JSN. A little weird pass, but he does get the 1st down. 1st and goal. First time Larlar's New Jersey Jokers is in the goal line territory now. Double tight end set. Play action pass. Walker. Hutchinson's right there. Gets it off to Arroyo. But a loss of 2 yards. 2nd and goal. That could have been worse. Sometimes it's good to pass him for a -2 yards and get sacked for -10. Mac played for a little good pressure there. Larlar drops back the pass.
Ooh,
goes to his right. He's Sam Darnold open space. He can move, and he does get the touchdown. Larlar is now on the board. A fantastic drive of 92 yards down the field. One of the best drives we've seen all season long in the LMFL. And he's going to go for 2 here. And Darnold drops back the pass, and it's picked up! It's picked up by Campbell! Is it going to be another pick 2? We've seen this before! We've seen this before with Neptune, but to the 20, to the 10, and a pick 2! Mac was like, you scored, but I'm going to get right back at it, man. 23-6 now. Oh, man. Campbell, the linebacker, gets to Sam Darnold for a 100-yard pick 2 return. Now Sailors return it back. Wide open space on the left, and ooh, almost gets clipped really bad there, but folks, what a turn of events there. You have a lot of momentum going for you, and then just like that, a turnover can just kill the momentum. But let's see if Max can respond here, because Lawrence did score. Blitz play called. Does it again to Williams, and the speedster and the spin move, but Witherspoon does tackle him there. James Williams having a phenomenal game first half so far. And man, oh man, oh man. We can already hear and see the intensity pick up for both teams here. And that's why I kind of said in the beginning, it's like, I don't really see too many big shots so far. We haven't really seen a big shot at all today, because I think both teams are trying to be a little bit conservative of not trying to turn the ball over when needed. That's a little hard because, you know, it's never known. Screen pass to Gibbs, and Ernest Jones can't get to him. Gives Gibbs a great block down the field, but Witherspoon again with the tackle. One of the best corners in the league gets to him. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Back again for Max. Mississippi Cotton Knockers, man. We can already feel the intensity rolling up. Like I said, it is a playoff game. It is a playoff game. Well, let's see. Jared Goff drops back the pass. Goes to his right. It's tipped on the line by Lawrence. What a great play by the former Cowboy. First time I've really seen his name all day. 2nd and 10, ball on the 18-yard line here. Still in the red zone. It's Jameer Gibbs. Up the middle, wide open. Can he get the touchdown? No, he can't. First and goal, ball on the 2-yard line. Mac again, once again, creeping on that door to extend his lead. But the runs, with the passes, good mix here. Can Larlar get a stop? First and goal. Jared Goff does the pass. Up the middle, it is caught in traffic by Tesla there for the touchdown. Max, Mississippi Cotton Knockers extend the lead. It's 29-6, and with the PAT, he could get up to 30 already in the first half. Kick is up, and it is good. 30-6 here in the first half here. And one thing to note as well, we do got a game going on tomorrow as well. We got Neptune versus Marcello. So good week for the LMFL right now. And the ball's gonna run into the end zone. Still got half a quarter left. See if Larlar can do what he did last drive. He literally made that drive into a 92-yard touchdown. Let's see if he can do it again. Ball on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Play action fast. Great play fake. Sam Darnold rolls to his left. Can't really find anybody. And it's thrown out of bounds, or really tipped out of bounds. So not really a grounding call there. 2nd and 10, ball to 20. Let's see what's the play call here. Sam Darnold, flag to pass. And another pick by Campbell again, the second one today. Can he get the touchdown? No, he cannot. Another turnover by Max, Mississippi Cotton Knockers. Oh no, and he could go up even more here before the half ends. First and goal on the 6-yard line. Get to the Gibbs, and it is a touchdown off the first play. Another extension of the lead by over 30 points. Over a 4-possession game here now before the half is even over. Turnovers has been the highlight of this game so far here, y'all. 36-6 now. Kick is up. And it's good. 37-6 here. And obviously in any sport, whenever you're down by a good bit, it is the harder it is to get back up, but it's still possible. We've seen it. He's going to return this one. Gets stopped on the 22-yard line. Still over 4 minutes to go in this half. Let's see if Larlar can at least get some points on the board. Because we've seen him with that 92-yard drive. And Darnold drops back to pass. Goes up the middle to Barner. Also in traffic with Campbell right next to him. Barner does get the catch. No huddle here. Not a surprise. Trying to keep the tempo going. Then Darnold calls an audible already. Gives it to Walker. Great open space. Great block. Walker has a wide open room in the back. Can he get it? Can Reed Jr. get him? No, he can't. That's exactly what Larlar needed there. Touchdown by the New Jersey Jokers. That's exactly what Larlar needed. Sense of urgency literally only took him 24 seconds. 24-second drive. Gives it to Walker. Touchdown there. And not surprised, 2-point conversion to at least soften the lead here. Sam Darnold trying to pass. It's caught by Cooper Kupp, the former Ram, former Triple Crown King. 14-37, just like that. Quick drive and response by Larlar there. What an excellent job of looking at the time, get back into it, and boom. Now let's see if Mac has a response here, or let's see if Larlar can keep that momentum going to give him at least another stop. Tackle on the 26-yard line. 14-37. Folks, we've seen a lot of comebacks and big comebacks in the LMFL this season and in the league history too. So, still more than 4 minutes to go in this half. Flash pass to Meter Gibbs. Run on the middle!
Not.
And Jameis somehow gets it in the middle of a triple zone coverage back there. 1st and 10 ball almost at midfield now. Great throw by Jared Goff to get it in the hole to Jameis Williams there. 1st and 10 ball on the 47-yard line. Toss play to Gibbs, but Larlar is not fooled with that one. 2nd and 12. And we've seen Mac use that toss play a lot during the season. It looks like his opponents are saying, like, nah, Jameer Gibbs may be a speedster, but we're going to stop him. All right, let's see here. 2nd and 12 ball on the 45-yard line. Jared Goff drives back the pass. It is a blitz play. Jared Goff does not get it off. Great play design by Larlar's New Jersey Jokers there. Now it's 3rd and 23. This is a pivotal position for Mac here. He hasn't really experienced this at all today. And if Larlar can get a stop here, that'll be huge for the defense. Third and 23. 5 wide set. Jared Goff drives back the pass. Seattle rushes 4. It's picked off. It's picked off by Seattle's New Jersey Jokers. What? A turn of events. Exactly what Larlar needed. Exactly what Larlar needed. 1st and 10 in the Lions territory. Couldn't have asked for anything better if you're a Larlar there. 1st and 10, ball on the 40-yard line. Sam Darnold, play action pass. Sam Darnold looking for space. Throws it out of bounds. Is that grounding? No, it is not. 2nd and 10. 4 wide receivers way out on both sides. Sam Darnold, quick pass to Cooper Kupp. 3rd and 4 now. You can see the urgency in Larlar. He's like, I got to go. I got to get points on the board before the half ends, before the 2-minute warning. He does get it off before the 2-minute warning. Quick pass to Barner and hit hard. But we reached that, folks. Larlar's looking like he's on a mission right now. 1st and 10, ball on the 27-yard line. Oh, it's taking his time. Calling audibles. Walker goes in motion. And Don does better pass. Can't really find anybody. Throws it to Border. He does catch it in bounds. 2nd and 6. And because of that, he does stop the clock. And we haven't really talked about time management at all today. Both teams got 3 timeouts still. And this is the time where you kind of want to just take your time and use your timeouts wisely. Get out of bounds whenever you need to. Sam Darnold drops back the pass. Blitz. Walker does get it. And the whole defensive line stops him. 1st and 10, ball to 15. Now in red zone territory. We'll see if Matt can have a stoppage here. Gets it to Walker. They do tackle him a little bit forward, but Walker's now over 100 rushing yards in the day on 6 carries. Play clock down to 20. Game clock down to 57 seconds. Still, both teams got 3 timeouts. Play action pass to Walker. Hutchinson's there, but he gets it to Arroyo. Tackled on the 7-yard line, 3rd and 2. Play clock is still running. Game clock is still running. Now down to 25 seconds. Can Larlar pull this off? Or will Matt get the stop? Get to the Walker for the first down. Timeout called by Seattle there. First and goal, ball on the 3. This is huge. This is huge if you're Larlar here, because we get the ball to start the second half. That'll be great. Play audible here. Walker going in motion. Sam Darnold judgment the pass. Rolls to his right. Can't really find anybody. What will he do? Throws it up.
Oh.
And he gets it. Timeout. Ball to 1. With 8 seconds left on the clock. Second and goal. What will Larlar do here? Can Mac stop him from scoring? Walker's going in motion to the left tight end wing right there. It's a pass play, but it's picked off. It's picked off by Campbell. Another pick by the linebacker. Oh, man, just as Larlar was about to score on the 1-yard line, Mac stopped him. Turnover on downs on the 9-yard line before the half is over.
We can take this to the half.
Mac is saying we need halftime adjustments. He is going to just go ahead and knee it.
Bro.
And a false start. No, and an encroachment on the line by Tyrese Knight there, 1st and 5. Mac is just trying to take this one to the half. Ernest Jones is already going to go to the locker room. And, man, your score right now here, folks. Max Lions, a.k.a. the Mississippi Cotton Knockers, 37. Larlar Seahawks, a.k.a. the New Jersey Jokers, at 14. We saw a lot of turnovers in the half, but luckily for Larlar, he does get the ball back first. As crushing as it was to not score there, at least he does have another chance off the bat. Shaheed almost blocks 2 guys. And Horton gets it to the 25. All right, here, folks. If I had to guess, I'm not really expecting any changes, honestly, from at least Seattle's side. I think Larlar's going to try to keep the momentum going as he breaks off about 2 to 3 tackles. And on Mac's side, he said he needs adjustments. He needs to find a way to stop these long drives from Larlar, which he's been really good at. Sam Darnold, great pass to Cooper Kupp there. You already see the urgency going quick with Larlar here. Trying to find holes within Mac's defense here in order to get the ball out. And Darnold drops back the pass. Throws in the middle to Cooper Kupp again. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2, but does get tackled by Campbell again. What a game Campbell is having. Multiple picks, great tackles. Ball to the 39-yard line already. Now Darnold gets to the Kenneth Walker. And Hutchinson gets from behind and tackles him. Taking it 5 here. Not surprised that Larlar is going very heavy tempo. You can already see Walker's already tired. Sam Darnold drives back the pass. Can't really find anybody off the bat, but he throws it up, and it is overthrown. Shaheed, incomplete pass. 3rd and 5 now, ball on the 34-yard line. See what Larlar will call here. Let's see what Mac will call here, too, on the defensive side. And Darnold drops with the pass. Well, to his right, Hutchinson's there, and it's called by Walker, but he can't contain his balance. Inbounds 4th and 3. Will Larlar go for the field goal because it is in field goal range, or will he go for it off the bat here? Let's see what will he call, and if history states in this game, Larlar has gone for it, even in his own territory. And he's gotten conversions on some of them. But let's see if we can add this one to the list here. Blitz play! Gets it off to Cooper Kupp! What a play! What a play by Sam Darnold to Cooper Kupp. What a great, just eye from Larlar there to notice the blitz and get it off quick to one of your best receivers. 1st and 10, ball on 27-yard line. Another play after pass, another blitz! Gets it off, but incomplete there. Man, oh man, oh man. Keeps this drive alive for Larlar. 2nd and 10, ball to the 27-yard line here. Sandal draws back the pass. Throws up the middle to Border. He does catch that for the first down. Harper with the tackle. No huddle here. Larlar is still going heavy tempo. Mac is trying everything he can to stop him. Got 2 linebackers in the back, 1 safety in the box. Play action pass. Campbell gets tripped. Almost picked off. But Shaheed kind of almost had to play the defensive guy there. 2nd and 10 now. Almost another turnover by Sam Darnold. 2nd and 10, ball to 16-yard line. Sam Darnold drops back the pass. Throws in the middle, wide open Arroyo with 5 guys there, but 1st and goal, ball to 2. Larlar is not stopping. Mac is trying everything he can from the rushes, but Sam Darnold's getting the ball out quick. Gives it to Walker for the walk-in touchdown.
I took the wrong hole.
And just like that, folks, Larlar's back on the board. Even though, as crushing as it was that he didn't get the score on the last drive, at least he does capitalize off of this one. Great drive once again by the New Jersey Jokers. Kills about 3 minutes off the clock, a little over that. Will he go for the 2? Or will he go for a field goal? He's going to go for the 2 again. Or will we see another pick 2 situation or stoppage from Mac? And Dahl does by the pass, goes in the middle, and is caught by JSN. 2-point conversion is good. And y'all, this score was 37-6. The score was 37-6. And now, Larlar's on a 17-0 run. Can Mac respond to not let Larlar have that momentum still? It is returnable. And wide open on the left side of the field. Breaks 1 tackle. 44-yard line. Great field position to start off there by Mac's Mississippi Cotton Knockers, man. And if I'm Mac, I'm like, all right, we got to make sure that Larlar does not keep this momentum going. We got to make sure that we can get our passes right. We got to make sure that our runs keep being clean. If I'm Larlar, I'm like, all right, we have so much momentum now. We got to stop in any way we can. Let's see what happens with a blitz play called. Just like that, Jared Goff could not get the ball off. 2nd and 10. Seeing a lot more heavy pressure off of the New Jersey Jokers, which has been causing the Lions to really think hard about where they want to take their reads, because most of Mac's plays, he'll try to find the first option. If he can't find it, he'll find the second option. Can't find that, the third option. And because of that, that takes time. And with Larlar's pressure is stopping all of that. 2nd and 10 now. Jared Goff drops by the pass. Screen play to Gibbs. Great block off of one side. Jameer Gibbs running to another block. 3rd and 1. Looks like Jameer Gibbs could have had a little bit more, but all the blockers on the left side. Downside is, yes, you have some space, but there's times is when all those heavy guys are on the left. And sometimes there's no room. 3rd and 1. Seahawks playing 2 high safety there. Gets to the Gibbs on the draw. Does get it. 1st and 10. Ball on the 41-yard line. Mac is saying, I'm going to try to use my momentum to my own good as well. Mac's Lions got 4 wide receivers out there. Jared Goff talks about the pass. Blitz! And Laporta does get it. First time we said his name all day. The tight end won, but Wright has been kind of taking the realms this game with that. 2nd and 2. Ball on the 32-yard line. Jameer Gibbs now is a fullback. Now we see Montgomery in the backfield. We haven't said his name all day today either. Gets it to Montgomery, but he gets stopped. Immediately, 3rd and 3. Ball on the 34-yard line. Oh, you already hear some of the players. And the coach is not happy on the field. 5 wide receiver set. 3rd and 3. Can Larlar get a stop here? Oh, great play. Great play by Knight there to get his hand on the ball to Laporta. 4th and 3. Will we see Matt go for it like we always see him do in the LMFL, or will we see him just go for the points with him being up this big? Let's see what he will do. If I'm Mac now, you're basically saying you got to convert this, because if you don't, if Larlar gets momentum, it's back to a one-possession game like that. So, and if I'm Larlar, I'm saying, you know what? I want to keep using this pressure. I want to keep using these reads to not make him convert this. So let's see. 4th and 3. Jared Goff drives back the pass. Another screenplay. Jameer Gibbs has space. He does get the first down. And it's now 1st and 10. Great play call by Mac there. Larlar looked like that he had the read and he had all the players in the right spot, but Jameer Gibbs is just as fast as he is, just gets to the corner just like that. One of the reasons why the Lions love drafting him out of Georgia. 1st and 10. Jared Goff gives to Montgomery. Montgomery stops again. Montgomery's not having a good couple of first carries. He stopped. 2nd and 11 now. Ball to 28-yard line. Audible call by Jared Goff. Audible call by Seattle's defense, too. Jared Goff goes in the middle. Dangerous pass to St. Brown, but he drops it.
What do you mean?
Looks like St. Brown had it in one hand, and that thing just flew out of his arms. That's why you always hear coaches say, protect the ball. Protect the ball. 3rd and 11. Twin tight end set to the left. Double wide receivers out. Out the middle. And it is caught by Laporta. What a great catch. Caught it over Ernest Jones. The veteran out of South Carolina, but now it's 1st 10. On the 15-yard line, Mac is having a lot of momentum here. Gets it to a wide open Gibbs for the score. Mac, just like that, ends Larlar's 17-0 run and puts himself back on the board. Now it is 43-2. 22. Gonna go for the PAT here. Kick is up, and it is good. Mac is leading twice the amount of the New Jersey Jokers right now. Still got plenty of time in this game. A little over 3 minutes left on the game clock. Bates kicks it off. Returnable by Shaheed. Orton kind of blocks him there. Juice out 2 guys. Larlar gets about an extra 10 yards there. Ball down to 29-yard line. And folks, we see Larlar, when he has momentum, he is dangerous. So we know what he can do when it comes to going down on the field. He went on a 17-0 run just now. Let's see what he can do. But Hutchinson gets to him for the sack. Hutchinson has been having a phenomenal game so far. 2nd and 23. Ball to 16-yard line. We haven't seen a lot of deep shots from either team, but we see that this drive gives it to Shaheed. 3rd and 8. Great play there. 3rd and 8 ball to 31-yard line now. And Darnold, play action pass to Walker. Throws in the middle, dangerous pass, but it's dropped by Cooper Kupp. And 4th and 8. Let's see if Larlar's going to go for a punt. Well, let's see if Larlar's going to go for it. Every single time so far this game, he has gone for it. Will that change or will that stay the same? It looks like that will stay the same. At the 31-yard line. A little bit risky, but we've seen him might have worked so far this game on some plays. And Darnold, play action pass. Rolls it over the head. Over the head of his receiver. Turnover on downs. And Mac has great field position to possibly extend his lead. Or, as we've seen before, if Larlar gets a massive turnover or a turnover on downs, that'll be huge for his New Jersey Jokers. 1st and 10, Mississippi Cotton Knockers. Gives it to Jameer Gibbs. The speedster as he is to the left. Gets the first down. And as you see that stat line, 10 rushes for 56 yards. Jameer Gibbs has not had as flashy day as he had in some of his other games in the LMFL. Larlar's been doing really well with stopping the run. Mac somehow finds a way to make sure Jahmyr Gibbs get the ball. Both teams almost equal in total yards. Jared Goff gets it to Gibbs, as we were talking about. Can he juke a guy? Yes, he does. First and goal, ball on the 6-yard line. Looks like that Mac is creeping on the door again to extend his lead to over 50 points in this third quarter. Let's see if Larlar can stop that. Double tight ends in the backfield. Gives it to Gibbs, but he was stopped by Lawrence.
No!
And it's a fumble! It's a fumble! And the Seahawks get it!
What are you fumbling for?
Just like that! Larlar definitely needed that. Larlar definitely needed that. As we were talking about, if Larlar could get the stop, couldn't have drawn it up any better. 1st and 10, ball to 12. Back to pass for Walker. Throws it in traffic!
Pick it!
I was almost picked.
It was almost picked by Reed. And as y'all hear, looks like I got my other co-host, Emmett, with this game so far. What you kind of seeing here, man, if you've been seeing some of the stuff so far?
I've been seeing a lot of passes down, forcing passes down the field, and most of them leading to turnovers. But the Jokers have found a way to push the ball down the field, as you've seen with these long drives that they've been sustaining. So Lawler does need to pick up the pace a little more to get at least cut the deficit a little lower.
That's correct, man. And folks, if you don't know, this is Emmett on my other side of the call here. Emmett, what is one thing that you need to see from the New Jersey Jokers in order to try to find their way back before the fourth quarter really gets out of hand?
I think there should be I feel like there should be a little more balance in terms of play calls. I've been seeing a lot of passes, and they've been working so far, as you see, to Cooper Kupp. We just need to see a little more, balance in terms of running, throwing the ball. It's always good to get a rush or something on 4th and 2nd down to make the 3rd down or 4th down a little more manageable.
That's very true here, man. It's 1st and 10 now. And now it's the start of the 4th quarter here, Emmett, as Sam Darnold draws back the pass. Let's see what he finds. On the middle, and Campbell! I think that's his 4th interception today. That's got to be a record in the LMFL for the one player having the most interceptions in one day. And Emmett, we were just talking about how turnovers is basically been the highlight of this game. And Campbell, once again here, Emmett, is just definitely the MVP of this game. First and 10, ball on the 30-yard line. Mac in great field position here. Jahmyr Gibbs.
Hold on to it.
Now, Emmett, if I'm Mac here, you don't want to do anything flashy, right? You want to kind of just sustain your plays and not let turnovers happen?
I think Mac's game plan is to just run honestly, he has a good lead. 4th quarter digging in, just soften the clock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly right. And let's see what's the play call here by Mac. Jared Goff tries to pass on the middle, traffic to Laporta. And almost another fumble, but he does hold on to the ball.
Great.
He does hold on to the ball. Now, Emmett, here's the thing here, man, and I'm going to reiterate this as well. The winner of this game will be facing RBM's Waco Wackos, and the loser of this game will be facing Black Souls, Memphis Souls Reefers here. And Jared Goff drops back the pass, wide open to right for the touchdown. Mac is now have 50 points here, Emmett. What a showing that Mac is putting on here, man.
Yeah. Unfortunately for the Jokers, it's a very rough outing. But thankfully, since this bracket is double elimination, the Jokers can, take time after this game to make some adjustments and in their second matchup in the lower bracket to hopefully prevent themselves from being eliminated.
Very, very true. I'm glad that you pointed that out because We also got another game tomorrow. We got Neptune. Oh, wait, and speaking of which, almost a great field position there, but Mac does stop him. We do got another game tomorrow here, folks. We got Neptune versus Marcello. So we do got Neptune's, it's Las Vegas Board Centers versus Marcello's Oakland Pack Watchers here. But Sam Darnold gets it off to Walker. Now, Emmett, and you are a former player of this league. When it comes to being down like by a good amount, like what can you really do to kind of try to get your best back up to at least put more points on the board?
I would say prevent just get some, short game plays, like short chunk plays, to get down the field. You don't need to really force anything down the field, like a Hail Mary or like
a
10+ yard, like a 15 plus yard throw. Just get some good chunkage down the field. Don't really force it like you're super have to, but just like, because it's gonna make it too easy.
Man,
let's go.
Emmett, as you said, that turnover on downs, Emmett, just like you said.
And everything, and the Mississippi Cottonmouthers firing on all cylinders. Looks like they're going to be making their way. They're leaning towards their way to move up and face off against RBN's Wackos.
And another thing, too, here, Emmett, as Jared Goff does a screen pad to Gibbs, but it gets clobbered in the backfield. Another thing, too, here, Emmett, is we've seen, the Mississippi Cotton Knockers, defense kind of struggled throughout the year, right? Secondary has been an issue, but the defensive line and the front four, and sometimes the front seven, has been the bright spot. And you see it today with Campbell with multiple interceptions. And you see Gibbs gets tackled by Job there. Emmett, with the playoffs, both teams started off very slow. Both teams kind of were a little bit more conservative, kind of saved the plays. And then you see it now, just a sense of urgency just shifted in the second quarter. Are you kind of surprised with how both teams are kind of playing? Or you say, it's a playoffs, kind of the Band-Aid's being ripped off?
I'm just mainly surprised that the Jokers fell into a sense of urgency in the second quarter. Where I stand, it's more of it should be everyone, just taking it nice and slow, Don't really need to be forcing anything down super down the field.
That might be bad.
Don't need to be throwing the ball.
I think
flag.
Yeah, we have a flag on the play.
Yeah, first field goal at the court. Oh, roughing the kicker. Roughing the kicker on Seattle, which will make it a 1st and 10 by the Lions here. And it's going to be our first made field goal of the game, but now Mac's still going to keep going. 1st and 10. Action pass, Jared Goff up the middle to Jameis Williams and Emmett. Jameis Williams has been having a heck of a day, man.
Yeah, Jameis Williams is insanely good.
Speedster out of Ohio State. Yeah.
People mainly look at St. Brown being the deep threat, but Jameson Williams is just like, oh, you take one eye off of him, he's gone. And we have another flag.
Encroachment on Seattle there. Makes it 1st and goal on the 3-yard line now. Now it's 1st and 10. Into the Jahmyr Gibbs, and wow, off the edge. Off the edge goes Hall, 2nd and goal, ball on the 4. And Emmett, you're right. You're right. Seeing Jameis Williams being the deep threat. I do think that with St. Brown, with some double the coverages. Oh man, ball up in the air, but it's tipped. But with some of the double coverages, I think that kind of leaves Jameis Williams a little bit more open, which you've been seeing. Same with Laporta, because Wright has been having a fantastic day. And that's one thing I'm kind of looking forward to the rest of this playoffs here is I want to see how both teams, keep that sense of urgency, because we've seen how both teams can capitalize whenever they're urgent. And a false start. Actually, no, it's not a false start. Oh yeah, it is a false start.
What do you mean?
That was a false start. Wow.
No,
we saw the New Jersey Jokers come up there.
It is what it is.
Scared the lineman. And Emmett, is there anything that you're kind of looking forward to with the rest of this playoff? Obviously, we got a little less than 5 minutes here, but being in playoff mode by both teams with Gibbs Running it to the right, and he does get the score to extend the lead here, Emmett. Jameer Gibbs, the speedster, kind of put the nail in the coffin there, don't you think?
Yeah, that might have been the icing on the cake for the Mississippi Cotton Knockers here.
Kick is up, and it is good, 58-22. But Emmett, we've seen. I'm talking about both teams. We've seen great drives when there were with sense of urgency, especially when it came to Larlar with that 92-yard drive. One of the best drives I've seen in the LMFL this year. So for the rest of the playoffs, don't you think that you kind of feel it in a dive there by Seattle, but don't you think if you're leaving out this game, obviously when New Jersey Jokers go into the loser bracket, there are still some good things to take away from this game, though.
Indeed.
Sam Dog just gets it off. Once again, everybody, there's a game tomorrow. Neptune versus Marcello. Las Vegas Born Sinners versus the Oakland Pack Watchers. Still in round one. Gets it off the Cooper Cup here. Great field of space. And I mean, was there anything else this game that you kind of saw from earlier that you were kind of impressed by either team?
I was just impressed that the Cotton Knockers had their defensive, their formation was just right place, right time. Whenever the Jokers try and hit their guys in the middle of the field, Campbell was just there, perfect placement, and it's just crazy to me.
Exactly right, and I do think over the scale of the season, Mississippi Cotton Knockers defense has gotten better. I think they gotten better within the zone coverage game, especially when it comes to blitzing. Especially right now with Sam Darnold throwing it out of bounds. I do truly think that Mac's defense has gotten better. I still want to see a little bit more work in the secondary to make sure no balls don't go over deep overhead. But we haven't really been seeing deep shots at all this game from either team.
It's like I said, they don't want to. Especially in playoff mode where every possession matters. It's like if you know your receiver is gonna win the one-on-one on the defender, then by all means they go for the deep shot. But if you don't want to force anything down the field or there's coverage that they don't like, just get some chunk plays here and there and keep it moving.
Kind of like what you saw with Cooper Cup.
Keep the drive moving.
Even though, and one thing with the New Jersey Jokers is that no matter what the score is, they're going to keep fighting until the whistle, and almost a horse collar call, but but Walker is tackled to the ground, 1st and 10. And one thing, Emmett, looking forward to the rest of these playoffs here. I'm very intrigued with some of these matchups that we're going to be having coming up, as there's a screen pass to Walker. Misses one guy, and he gets it for the touchdown here, Emmett. It doesn't even matter what the score is. Larlar had a great drive there for the score.
Yep. Utilizing Kenneth Walker on not only the run game, but the passing game, too.
Oh, that was nice.
Oh, wow. Arroyo gets the catch, but not enough.
Not in the end zone, however.
No, it's not. And now, Emmett, towards the end of this game, when you're the team that's leading by a lot, and the kick goes out of bounds, and now that's gonna make the ball go up to the 41-yard line now. But Emmett, like I mentioned, when you're a team that's up by a lot, we've seen some crazy stuff in the LMFL. So at this portion of the game, as Jameer Gibbs has wide open space off the right, Ernest Jones can't get to him. Hall does get to him though. Emmett, do you kind of just want to just try to run out the clock? Just let the game be over.
Personally, yes. But not sure if score matters here in this league. But still, a win's a win. You can just relax with your crazy plays and all that. You've already sent the message in.
Right.
It's just that you don't want to you don't want to reveal too much to your opponent in the next week or whatever.
Oh yeah,
As we
and
have
Jameer
Gibbs.
Gibbs.
Oh,
Yep.
jeez.
And I'm looking forward to these rest of these matchups. I mean, as we hit the 2-minute warning, as we're gonna go ahead and look forward. You know, I'm very intrigued to see how the Mississippi Cotton Knockers are gonna line up against the Waco Wackos. The Waco Wackos have been on a 3-win streak, at least during the regular season. I'm really intrigued to see that matchup, and I'm also intrigued to see the New Jersey Jokers against the Memphis Soul Reapers because we already seen an upset, and we haven't even talked about this at all today, Emmett. Andrew beat Max,
Bro, get back here.
and a flag is called because they called it on hold there, and it doesn't matter because Gibbs will extend the lead to 64-28. But Emmett, I mean, I'm gonna kind of get your thoughts. What's your thoughts about Andrew beating the former champion of this league?
It's very shocking for someone to exploit a weakness of the champion, of the defending champion at that, and I feel as though the Baltimore Black Widows have a long way to go in this, as you will, losers run.
Right, because the loser of Neptune and Marcello is going to be facing the defending champ, so they're not going to have an easy way out of it. But we see Kenneth Walker goes all the way to the left, and he gets clobbered by Joseph there.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, I mean, this game is basically over at this point. What a showing by Max Lyons here as Kenneth Walker has wide open up the middle. But what a showing by Max Lyons. Great offensive pushes, great drives. Campbell's definitely the MVP of this game with the 3 to 4 picks that he's gotten. What a showing by Mac there.
Yeah, he clearly displayed how on paper his defense was just lacking in terms of the secondary, and focused more on the secondary in terms of preventing the splash plays in the middle that the Jokers were intending to do.
Right.
And then in addition to that, brought pressure when the Jokers were doing the play actions and even the shotgun passes.
Exactly right, man. And and to any of the New Jersey Jokers fans out there, like I said, this is not over for the New Jersey Jokers as they still got to face Black Souls' Memphis Soul Reapers in the losers round 1. So that's going to be happening next week. So definitely stay tuned for that. But as far with Mac here, as the time runs out for Larlar here, Mac will be moving on to the winners semi-final against RBM's Waco's Wacko. So Emmett, what a showing here! Mac's Detroit Lions, aka the Mississippi Cotton Knockers, 65. Larlar's New Jersey Jokers, aka Seahawks, with 28 points there. So Emmett, what a good game by Mac. What a good showing in winners quarterfinals. You ready for the next game here, man? That's coming up soon.
Oh yeah, can't wait to see what that one.
And that one's going to be
tail.
Yes, that one's going to be Neptune versus Marcello. So everybody, thank you all so much for watching this game. Congratulations to Mac for moving on to winners semifinals against RBM's Waco's Wackos. And Lala will be facing Black Souls, Memphis Reapers, Memphis Soul Reapers, and losers round 1. We'll see you then for the next one.